Lauren. The precious and beautiful, you're going to say this for me?
Gynandromorph.
Gynandromorph. By Laurel Kaminsky.
Great. All right. Thank you all very much for coming today. My name is Laurel Kaminsky, and I'm so happy to be presenting here. I've started working in digitization with lichens, and then I moved on to microfungi, and now I'm working with Lepidoptera. And from all of the ranges that I've worked on, I've learned lots of really cool things about biology. And so this is, I think, one of the most interesting specimens that we have in our collection, and we have about 3 million specimens. So here we have a picture of the butterfly Morpho aiga. It is a really rare butterfly from the Atlantic coastal forest in Brazil. And this specimen is in pristine condition, but it doesn't really look that way. There's some things a little bit off with it. If we look, it's not entirely blue. There's a mosaic of blue and then also brownish color on it. It's more so on the right side where it's brown, but there's little splotches on the left. And the left wings are a couple of centimeters larger than the right wings. So this is what's going on here. This is what's called a gynandromorph, which means that it is part male and part female. So the morphology for both sexes of this butterfly are being expressed in this one individual. If it was male, the wings would be smaller and they would be entirely blue. And if it was female, it would be that brownish color and the wings would be larger. And so I chose this specimen for a couple of reasons. The first is that I identify as trans, and it just was really cool to see that there are instances in nature where things aren't as clear-cut as male and female. There's a lot more gray to sex than I think that we as scientists and the general public know about. And so gynandromorphs are found primarily in insects and also birds. The mechanisms for being a gynandromorph are different than trans. Trans is mostly behavioral, but gynandromorphs the cells literally have the chromosomes of both the male and the female, and so both traits are expressed in one individual. I was also really fascinated by this because I'd been in biology for 10 plus years, and I had never heard about gynandromorphs. And so I think that there's a lot of things in our natural history collections that the general public should learn about so that it's better able to learn more about themselves, but also just that nature isn't as black and white as we think. The third reason that I think this is really interesting is that there's a quote by Vladimir Nabokov before he became a novelist. He was a lepidopterist, and he described in his memoir Gynandromorph that he had just bought, and it was his precious Gynandromorph. And one of the maids dropped something on it, and it broke into pieces. And once something like this is broken, you can't put it back together because nobody would actually believe that it actually existed. It has to be in pristine condition. So Nabokov was really devastated. So entomologists really revere these things because they're biologically significant, they're rare, and they're very precious. And I hope that going into the future that we can see that all life is really pretty, and that even if things aren't entirely male or entirely female, that all life is precious. So thank you.